Hey, good morning, everybody. I know no one's here yet, but hey, there's the people that watch it later on. Okay, so gonna be using Jitterbug today. Thanks, babe. Hopefully I do. There, now you can kind of see what I'm aiming at here. So this is what I'm using right now. Little Jitterbug. Trying to cast out in front of these little willow trees on the edge. So far I've hooked a couple of them. Not fish, trees. Yeah, it's pretty nice. When I first showed up here, right where I'm casting, a nice sized bass jumped out after some bugs, and I thought, topwater lure, jitterbug. But no alligators. I'm in Pennsylvania here. The only thing you got to worry about in the water here is the brown water snakes, because they're a little aggressive sometimes. No, that's my jitterbug that I'm using. That's this right here. They got this little flap on the top that makes them wobble back and forth. If you're seeing the little ripples, those are little, I don't know what kind of bugs they are, some kind of little fly. They look like a mosquito but bigger. New Delhi, India, that's awesome. Here, I'll bring it right in front of the camera so you can see it real good, what it does here. Can't really see that good. Let's try to zoom in a little bit. See how the head just walks back and forth? Oh, I can't zoom back out. There we go. Okay, we're gonna turn down this way. We're gonna cast down this shore right here. Oh, that was not a good cast. Hey, MC. I just got it in the trees. Way over there. So, I'm gonna go get this out of there. Maybe. There we go. There's that bass back right there. He just come up and ate a bug off the top. Okay, we're gonna move over to this other pond real quick. I don't trust setting my phone up on this dock. I probably shouldn't even walk out on it, but I'm going to anyway. So we'll set you guys up right there. Ooh, that is shaky. Oh, there we go. Little guy, but he hit it hard. He's swimming right at me too. Oh, I lost. It was a bluegill. Holy crap, he was tiny. I can't believe he hit the lure. It was almost the same size as him. Let's try by this little boat. This water is usually so clear you can see all the way to the bottom, which you can't today. You know what? I don't like fishing like this because you guys are back there and I can't see what you're saying. And the dock keeps cracking on me and it's making me nervous. Back to the original pond so I can keep talking to you guys. Okay. I wanted to go to the one pond down below these two, but I went to go through there yesterday and I need to cut a new path. And it was too hot yesterday to be cutting. I didn't want to run the weed whacker. No, I'm not catching fish for lunch today. Every once in a while when I'm down here fishing, I'll be catching bluegill and crappie, and we'll fillet up a bunch of them and fry them up. Because anytime you have ponds, you're trying to regulate them, the bluegill and crappie will overrun them, and you gotta, catch a few out so that you don't end up overpopulating with one type of fish. This pond that I'm fishing in now has bass, black crappie, white crappie, bluegill, green sunfish, pumpkin seeds, walleye, channel cats, flatheads, carp. Sorry about that, When I was at that other pond, I couldn't see the phone because I was out on that dock and had the phone back behind me. I do like salmon. I'm not a big fan of sushi. I eat some of the cooked kind. Most of the raw kind I've tried, I don't know, I guess I just don't like raw fish. I'd have to say my favorite seafood would have to be snow crab. I just stopped my lure right there because there was a bass following it, and he looked like he was going to hit it right before I got it to shore, but he didn't. Prawn, I'll eat prawn. Lobster, I'll eat it if it's cooked really well, but most of the people who cook lobster around here end up overcooking it, and it gets a little bit on the tough side, and I'm not a big fan of that. I like it to be a little more tender. I go to New Jersey every year for a crabbing trip. Glad you guys couldn't see that cast. That was horrible. But we catch blue crab up there, and we do some fishing while we're there too. What we like to do is catch a nice sized fish, fillet it, stuff it with the crab. Oh, it's so good. Well, that willow tree got trimmed up a little bit. What kind of fish do you suggest with that? Salmon or just anything? Okay, I'll have to do that. Yeah, I've just recently started trying some Indian foods. I didn't think I would like them because I'm not a big fan of cumin. And there's a lot of... No, I can't stand anchovies. I'm not a big salt fan. I know it's not really salt, it's umami, but still, it's similar. Should have put on a little bit smaller lure this morning. I got a bunch of little fish chasing this thing, but they're too small to hit it, except for that one bluegill that thought he was a tough guy. Definitely got to cut that one branch on that tree. Anthony, how's it going? I have only seen crocodiles in the zoo, but I've seen alligators in person several times. I went down south to Florida a couple years ago and decided I was going to go on a little nature hike. And they had this boardwalk that went through this like swampy area, like a little walkway, maybe 3 foot wide, little rails on the side, about 3 foot off the surface of the ground. And I seen this little puddle, and there were these little fish swimming around in it. And I wanted to go get a closer look at them. Well, as soon as I stepped down off the bridge, I hit a little branch on the ground and it snapped. And this gator come up out of that puddle. It was probably about 7 foot long. And I had no clue he was there. So I stayed on the bridge the rest of the time and just looked at them all from there. Yeah, a lot of them Florida people do not care about alligators at all. Hey, Back Mountain. Good to see you this morning. Startled mostly because alligators don't usually go after bigger things. They usually like something that they can swallow whole. Now, a crocodile, different story. They'll bite you, rip off a chunk, and then go back for another one. Pull you under the water, drown you. Not fun. Ah, see, I'm lucky. No work for me today, man. Of course, then again, you don't make money when you don't work. Nah, not really. I've just lived out in the middle of nowhere my whole life, so most animals don't bother me because I've learned that if you don't bother them, they don't bother you most of the time. I also keep bees, and that makes you really patient with animals. When you got a little tiny bee, a little tiny insect that can cause so much pain, and you got to respect them, you learn to respect other stuff. Well, I'm a painter. I do like faux finishes and, you know, specialty painting stuff. I do a little bit of exterior painting. I try to stay away from it. But lately I've actually been doing concrete with some friends. I like it. Hey, we're in Pennsylvania here, Lewis. Yeah, I was gonna try to post painting stuff online, but out of the first 5 houses that I asked, all 5 of them said, no, we don't want our house on YouTube, so. Oh, no. My Lord just went so deep into that willow tree on the bank. That one right there. Whoa, bringing you guys all around there. See the tree shaking? Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Whoa, shaking you guys all around. Sorry about that. Did I break my mount? Best thing about Pennsylvania. If you like to have all 4 seasons of weather in one day, good place. I mean, we had 70-degree weather in the morning this spring, and then that was like 7 in the morning, and then about 10 o'clock it was snowing, and then later on in the evening it was like 60 again. Oh, I can't believe that came out of there. That is awesome. Carp just came up and ate a leaf. Wow, what a mess. Yeah. Man, I haven't seen the Pink Panther in forever. I didn't know people still knew about the Pink Panther. Well, I guess they did make that movie. Man, this is crazy. Been fishing for a half an hour and I haven't caught any. Just one bluegill I lost. Jewel thief named Tornado. I think I remember that one. I wish the phone could see into the water better, because this bass that I keep casting for keeps coming up and eating bugs off the top, but he will not hit this jitterbug. It's driving me insane. Let me see if I can actually look down in the water with this. Let's see if I can do this. No, it doesn't show up nothing. So see that ripple? That was just him again. He just comes up just barely to the surface. I don't know what the heck bugs he's eating, what these are. I don't even think you can see them. They're super tiny. Yeah, there you can see them. These little tiny bugs, that's what he's coming up and eating. Oh, it's definitely time to buy a GoPro, man. I just bought a mount for my phone that attaches to my chest. And I tried it. I was like, oh, I love this thing. And now I can't find it. So I don't know where I put it. I don't know if maybe my dog got it and chewed it up. Now it's just little pieces so I can't find it, or what. I wish I had a kayak. Oh, there was a hit. Oh, it was just off screen. There's a bigger pond down to the right. And you can't get to the one half of it unless you have a kayak or a canoe or something, you know. Yeah, but there's all these big trees in there. There's probably about 20 foot of tree under the water and 20 foot of tree above the water at least on most of them. And the fishing over in that area is just killer. But it's probably about maybe a mile through the woods. Nah, not quite a mile through the woods. And carrying a canoe or kayak that far isn't that fun. Kayaks aren't too bad, but canoes suck. They're heavy. Yeah, I have 2 dogs, 3 cats, 18 chickens. Yeah, my sister-in-law is obsessed with Jaws, and whenever I was younger, I used to go over their house all the time. And I'll bet you I saw Jaws at least 30 times. Oh, I definitely want it life, man. I may have bad luck at sometimes when it comes to like family and stuff like that. I hit the lottery. My family's awesome. I met a great woman. She's awesome, has 3 great kids. Yeah, the two dogs are boxers. The one's getting pretty old. He's got an inoperable tumor. 3 years ago, they told us if they operated, it'd probably kill him, and that we were better off just putting him down. But he don't seem to be in pain. He gets around fine. He eats everything. You know, he's a happy dog. He just has a big tumor. So it's been 3 years since they diagnosed him and said he was gonna die. So he's had 3 extra years of life, and they've been good ones. Does she have her hearing? That's how old Octavius is. He's 13. Yeah, we looked at a couple white boxers, but they were all deaf. That's awesome. The owner of a beer distributor out here by me had a white boxer. She had one little tiny brown spot on her ear. Yeah, all my kids like fishing. My son can't stand eating fish, but my daughters love it. Yeah, boxers are way too smart. They're dumb too, though. Almost like they have no common sense. Like they got the book smarts, but no common sense. Our younger boxer, Casanova, he's confused on how you talk to people, I guess you would say. Because when you come in, if he knows you and he's excited to see you, he's going to growl at you and bark at you and come up and lick you. But if he doesn't know you, he's going to be quiet and he's just going to come up and sniff you. So the people that he likes, it seems like he's being mean to him, but the people that he doesn't know, he's real calm. It's weird. Now the chickens, here in PA, I don't know if it was like this in the rest of the US, but here in PA, I'm gonna take a walk up toward them real quick. But we had a real big problem with getting chickens early on in the season, and no places had them. Well, I went to a local farm, and he had some chickens that he was trying to learn how to use an incubator and hatch. So in the process of learning, he ended up with 20 some chickens, but most of them were roosters, and he gave me a bunch. Well, not a bunch, I think I got 10 of them off of them, and a bunch of them were roosters too. No, boxers don't really play fetch. They play, here, I got the ball, try to get it off of me. I want you to throw it, but you have to get it off me first, but I'm not going to let you have it. That's boxers. So here's the older ones that I got off that farmer, and that there's a rooster, and then that other white one in there is a rooster, and then underneath that ladder right there is a rooster. And they all have names like, that's chicken soup there, that's chicken bouillon, chicken fry, chicken leg. And then these ones over here are little babies that we got from the stores once they started having them in. Yeah, I've lived on a farm my whole life. We used to have a motorcycle racetrack on half of our property, but they put a toll road through. And when they put the toll road through, they kind of forced us to sell most of that property to them. We had already closed down the motorcycle track by that point. But we had a little over 140 acres, and now we're down to about 70 between my whole family. But a really nice area. It's all family around me, so I don't have to worry about nothing. No, the roosters usually don't wake me up. Most of the time I keep either a Americana rooster or a Easter egg rooster. They call them different things. But they don't crow like a normal rooster. They'll just go "Arr, arr," instead of that big, long, loud crow. So they're not too bad. But these ones I have now, they're a little bit too young to start crowing. They try, but they don't make much of a noise. It sounds more like someone rubbing two pieces of styrofoam together. Okay, back down at the pond now. Let me set you back up on the stand. And we'll do some casting again. See if we can catch one now. After a little break. That's the cast I've been trying to hit all day. Well, yeah, the chickens are out in their pen all day long. And about an hour before it gets dark, I actually open up the fence and let them run around in the whole yard and everything. But they stay in my yard. They don't go out on the road or nothing like that. And it's all my family around here. My closest neighbor, who's also my best friend, is about 2 miles away. So, I mean, and everyone else that's closer is family. So, don't really have to worry about nothing out this way. Yeah, pretty much anyone within about, I'd say a 10-mile radius of where I live went to school with me. Because, I mean, I don't live in a very, very big community. I think my graduating class was 69. So, not a lot of people out this way. And out here, there's not going to be a lot of people because pretty much all the other areas besides where my family lives has all been zoned industrial and business. So they're basically putting warehouses all around me. I have 2 Amazon warehouses within a mile of me. That bass is driving me crazy. Oh, into the trees again. Oh, I hooked it good this time. I've actually applied for a job at the Amazon building. Didn't get one yet, but I mean, I just applied about 2 weeks ago. I just wanted part-time there, so, you know, it'd be really nice to just be able to go up and work and then pretty much walk back home. Yeah, that sucks. It's kind of how it was for my wife before we got together, you know. She don't come from the greatest family, and didn't live in a very good neighborhood. But now she's out here and loves it. Yeah, the first day she ever came over, she woke up and I was already up because the birds had woke me up in the morning. And she goes, "What are you doing up already?" I said, "The birds woke me up." I said, "Didn't you hear them?" She says, "No, I'm used to gunshots and sirens." Oh yeah, her dream as a kid was to grow up on a farm. And when she met me and the first time she came out and seen everything, she was like, knew this is where she wanted to be. Well, I know what I'm going to be doing this week. I'm going to be taking the weed whacker up through the woods to clear a path to that other pond. Yeah, me and her, one of those cheesy stories where it was like love at first sight. Man, there are fish jumping everywhere but where I'm fishing. Alright, we're moving down. Sorry about that. I didn't realize the Wi-Fi was still on my phone and it was picking up the Wi-Fi from my house. And as soon as I walked down this end, I got out of range. I hate whenever you go to cast and your line loops around your reel like that and it doesn't go nowhere. Your lure just comes whipping back at you. Hey, Lean on Me, welcome in. I might be in a tree again. I am definitely in a tree again. I don't know if you guys could just see that lure come zipping back past me whenever it came out of that tree. So close. Oh, I gotta be careful. There's these little birds flying around and they try to get my lure sometimes while it's in the air. I actually hooked one day by accident with a little spinner bait, and that thing bit the crap out of me while I was getting the hook out. Luckily, I bend my barbs over on my hook, so it came out easy. Uh-oh. What just happened there? Oh, my reel just broke. Oh, what the? Oh, man. What just happened? So I just lost the little plastic piece that tightens and loosens your drag off the top, and my spool come off my rod, and I can't find the top plastic piece. I'm pretty sure there's a spring missing too. What a mess. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, this is all So anyway, I'm putting this back together. Okay, there's that. And I hope those are in the right place. I feel like I'm missing a spring. I don't know though. I can't even get this to go. Oh, there we go. Did that break? Okay. I think I fixed it. Yeah, I fixed it. All right. Back in business. Oh, nope, I didn't fix it. I think it's missing a spring. I don't know, when I'm reeling in, my drag is loosening up completely as I reel in. I don't even know how this is happening. Okay, we're gonna go back down this way. Yeah, that other pond I want to go to, that's why I said I need a weed whacker. It's through that. You got to keep going past them trees. The ones right out that way. And up through the woods about, like 3/4 of a mile. And there's the other pond. It's a lot bigger than this one. Like this one here is probably just about the size of a football field. About a football field long, about a football field wide. American football, not soccer. Not football, football. And then there's this pond here that's right by the other one. It's a little bit bigger. Not quite as long, but a lot wider. And then if you continue down that way, there's 4 more ponds. They're all smaller ones though. All right, well, I'm calling this quits because my rod keeps messing up on me. I'm gonna try to come back down this evening, maybe bring my son down and do some fishing with him, go for carp and catfish. All right, well, hope everyone had a good time watching. Sorry I couldn't catch nothing for you, but if you come back later on this evening, I'll definitely catch some. See ya.